Good afternoon, everyone. Sir, is my voice audible?
Audible, madam.
Good afternoon again. A warm welcome to all the participants joining us for today's session of our 2-week online faculty development program on the art and science of successful proposal writing, techniques, strategies, and best practices. We are truly privileged to have with us Dr. Mukesh Singh, Professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Punjab, a highly respected academician and researcher with vast experience in project proposal development and funded research. Today's session titled Hands-on Proposal Writing Exercise, Drafting Section of a Proposal with Expert Feedback will provide a much-needed practical perspective. After learning the theoretical framework in previous sessions, this interactive exercise will guide us through the real process of structuring, articulating, and refining proposal sections, including objectives, methodology, work plan, and budgeting, with expert insights and personalized feedback from Dr. Singh. We eagerly look forward to gaining hands-on exposure that will help us transform our innovative ideas into written, fundable proposals. Now, I would request Mr. B. Ramesh, Senior Assistant Professor, ECE Department, to introduce our speaker of the day.
Thank you, madam. Sir just joined, madam.
Okay, sir. Yeah, you may please continue with this biodata, sir.
Once confirm, madam, whether sir has joined. I made him co-host.
Okay.
Uh, Good afternoon, all. It's my privilege to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Mukesh Singh, sir. Dr. Mukesh Singh, sir, is a senior IEEE member and currently is working as full professor in the Department of Electrical and Instrumentation Department, Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala, Punjab, India. And coming to the educational qualifications, Dr. Singh completed BE in Electrical Engineering from Birsa Institute of Technology, Sindri, India, and ME in Power Systems, Walchand College of Engineering, Sangli, India, and PhD in Smart Grid from IIT Guwahati, India. And sir, currently previously worked in as associate professor in Sri Sant Gadge Baba College of Engineering and Technology, Bhusawal, India, and associate professor in PES College of Engineering, Aurangabad, India, and currently is working as professor in Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. And sir, Dr. Singh honored with E.R. Gurcharan Singh Oration Award by Punjab Science Academy, India, in the area of research, and developed a cloud-assisted battery management system for EV batteries, incorporating machine learning-based health monitoring, achieving TRL level of 7, and developed vehicle-to-grid net metering for EV applications, reaching TRL 9. A dedicated researcher with over 15 years of experience at leading institutes in India, securing a total research grant of INR 23 crores. And from the grant agencies like DST, DTP, Govt of India, DST IC Impact, Govt of India and Govt of Canada, and Mighty Govt of India, and Escorts India Private Limited, Faridabad, India, and CSIR Govt of India, DHI, PEPM, etc. And a, a dynamic speaker with extensive experience, having delivered nearly 100 presentations at workshops and conferences both in India and abroad. And he visited many countries like Canada, Singapore, Italy, Malaysia, USA, Bhutan, Indonesia, and many more. And Sir is possessing excellent administrative skills along with constructive and effective teaching quality that promote a simulating learning environment. And the research areas electric vehicles, lithium battery management system, sensor and AI, smart grid, power electronics. And Sir has taught many subjects in the teaching area: sensor technology, electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, renewable energy, network theory, control systems, power electronics, and power systems. And coming to the research impact, SAR is having 30 plus keyword journals published in internet reputed journals and developed AC to DC netmeter for EV at PRL 9 and citations of over 3000 plus and industry tie-up for design and product development and a research tie-up with 5 global universities of repute and foreign collaborative projects. And with a small introduction, I welcome you, sir, and I request you take over the session, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So just give me 2 minutes time. I'll connect with some other laptop.
Sure,
So,
sure.
Sure,
Sir.
sir, sure.
Acha, I've joined with my laptop. Can you make me as a host?
Yes, sir. We
Yes,
will do.
I'm doing it, sir. Done, sir.
Thank you. Just give me. I'll put my PPT. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm really sorry, everyone, that I'm being late by almost 10 minutes, 10 to 15
And
minutes.
no issues, sir. No issues. Your
Actually, I
pleasure.
was engaged in one important meeting. So let us start. So I think a lot of things about myself has been told by doctor. and I'm going to discuss a very simple way of how to write a research grant. And if in between you have any doubt, you can raise your hands or you can give the questions in the chat. Okay. And let us concentrate on the learning of writing research grant. Now, coming to my discussions, I am going to discuss what we mean by research grant. Okay. Benefits of research funding, some myths we keep in our mind that the projects I'll not be getting it, because IITs only gets the projects. So some myths will be discussing it. Similarly, I'll be giving about some facts that what is the actual facts in the research grant. Okay. Then I'll be discussing how to write the research proposal. So I'll start with the title. I'll give some basic examples of the title. Even I'll give the basic example of abstract. Then these are the important parameters in a research proposal, where we should have rationals, aim and objectives, methodology, work packages, and deliverables. Then before submitting, what we should do it, some do's and don't, everything we'll be discussing in this today's session. Now, coming to the starting, this is a motivating word. You need to grow in your institute, so you have to ask a questions. Okay, that do you need to grow in your institute? ठीक है ना? Then second question you should ask, do you need professional satisfaction? Okay, so obviously you all need a professional satisfaction. What is the meaning of professional satisfaction? Professional satisfaction means you are trying to be acknowledged by your peers, by your directors, by your principal, by your head of the department, your colleagues. So that is your need a professional satisfaction, because if you are having a projects grant, you will be viewed, you will be respected by each and everyone. Then coming to, do you need to increase employability? Because when you are having a projects, you are going to have a knowledge. And when you are going to have a knowledge, your employability will increase. You will be asked by different other colleges that please come into my colleges. So want to see yourself on global selves. So do you want to see it on a global self, means everyone knows about it, because when you are having a projects, you will be having a good networking, you will be having a money for travel, you will be having a money for publishing the materials, and so on. You can get it acknowledged or in the global selves. Now, coming to, you want to update your knowledge domain, because when you are doing a research, your knowledge will definitely increase. So this is yeah, about the knowledge domain. It increases the knowledge domain. Okay. So if yes, then this is the right place for you. So if everything is there with you, this is the right place for you all, and you are in a good class, which I'm going to deliver it. Now, what we mean by research grant, you everyone knows it. So it is a grant that funds the research. Okay. It is a non-repayable funds. The funds which you will be getting it, you don't have to repay back to the government or funding agencies. Okay. It is given to by a government department, corporation, foundation or trust. So even CSR fundings are there available, and and they're giving to the colleges, given to recipient, often to a non-profit entity. We are in a non-profit entity, educational institutions, businesses, or any individuals. Okay. So, but when you are trying to get a grant, we have to write some form of grant writing. Okay. The proposal has to be there, often referred to as a proposal or an application is required. So this proposal or an application is very, very important. And already you have lot of sessions has been done. But here my sessions will be little different, that I'll be giving you with examples that how to write a grant proposals, and maybe in the tomorrow sessions we'll try to get some good way of assignment, and we'll be practicing it in the next session. So why research fund is very much necessary? Okay. So advancement of knowledge, as I told you, that it will be a vertical growth will be there. innovation and technological progress. So this will give you confidence in your academics. Okay, so these are the 8 things which is going to help you. You don't have to pay back money for travel, manpower, and networking. All things you are having a money. Make you learn new things, makes competition easier with your colleagues. So you can compete with your colleagues. So this is the important things for a research funding. Public exposure, known for the achievements. So you will be known for the achievements. Capital and technology updates, adoption. So those who are into the area, latest technologies are coming in. So you will be updating your skills because you will be asked the questions what you have done in your research outcome. Most universities see your research profile rather than your academic profile. This is very important, and that is why I have marked in a red color. है ना? So most universities see your research profile rather than you are a very good teacher, but nobody will recognize it. है ना? But when you are a very good researcher, है ना, you are having a projects, you are having a sponsored projects, that will be taken care है ना, by your university. And finally it gives you a promotion, and for that we all are here and this lecture sessions. So coming to the myths, है ना? So only IITs, NITs, and premier institutes gets fund, है ना? This is the myths we are having it. Okay, write more proposals and out of which at least one will be selected. So what is our concern? Ki you write 10 proposals, send the same proposals to 10 agencies, and at least one will be accepted. Okay, so this is also a myth. Give a low budget for easy acceptance. You have a 20 lakhs requirement, but you are giving only 5 lakhs. Okay, so you are thinking that if I'll give 5 lakhs, my proposal will get accepted. Okay. Secondly, my proposal was good and it was not accepted. Why I am telling all these things? है ना? कि when you are writing a proposal, you know that your proposal was good and that is why you have submitted it. But you say that कि my proposal was good, you have not taken any peer review, you have not seen other proposals, and that is why you are confident that my proposal was good and it was not accepted. So keeping yourself that my proposal was good is a myth. You should not keep it into mind. है ना? Then the fifth is the panels only consider journal and impact factor when assessing track record. This is very myths. है ना? They don't have a time to see your journal and impact factor while assessing it. है ना? Then the next is the I can send the same proposal out to multiple grantors and one of them is bound to choose me for their grant. Okay, so this is also a myth. We should not do it. है ना? Funding agencies have no money and hence we should not apply. Okay, so these are the myths which we should make it. Now I'll clear the all the myths one by one. Okay, so what is the one by one? If I say only IITs, NITs, and premier institutes gets funds, that is very wrong. The reason behind it, IITs, NITs, and premier institutes faculties are trained for writing a better proposals, where we are not into that business. Okay, so only IITs, NITs, and premier institutes gets fund. That is totally wrong. Okay, write more proposals. है ना? Why? The reason behind, if you write only one proposals in a very better quality and submit it, there is a good chance of putting it. So you are giving a effort to 10 proposals, 10 different ideas, but if the same time you are giving to a single proposals, है ना, I think your proposals will get selected. Okay, give a low budget for easy acceptance. No, give the correct budget, है ना, justifiable budget for easy acceptance. Don't keep in your mind that कि my proposal was good and it was not accepted, है ना. Always try to compare with others, है ना, proposals. So these are some of the myths which we should not use it, है ना. We should always go for a better opportunity and we should learn it how to write or improve the project's proposal. So before starting, we'll go to some few fundamentals. So first fundamental is that it is important to understand the goals of the funding bodies and their grant programs. Okay, that is very important. What is the goal? For example, nowadays NRF AI call has come. So my proposal should be linked to the AI. So I have to understand the goal of the funding bodies and their grant programs. Okay, find the cutting edge research going on with respect to grant programs. Okay, so you try to find what is cutting edge research going in respect to the NRF AI call. So what is unique in the AI call that you try to understand? Okay. Then last, decisions are made on the applicant's ability to fit in the proposed research activities. So these are the things we should understand, and then only we should start writing the proposals. So first and foremost, what we have to do it, we have to understand what is the call requirement, project's call requirement. You try to fix your research into the call requirement. Okay, I'll give you examples how we can put it. Hai na? Then you always try to find that in that domain of the call, what is cutting edge research is going on. Okay, got my point? So once this is done, you will align your write up into that direction. Okay, and then you try to see your ability, how you can do it, है ना? And you can link with your projects, previous capstone projects or BTech projects or MTech projects or some research papers, and try to link that ki how your proposal is going to fit into this present call. So I hope everyone understood. Na? If anyone has a specific questions, either you can raise hands or you can give in your chat. I'll apply it. Otherwise, we can move forward.
Sir, the
Organizer.
participants would be posting the questions in the chat window, sir. We will take up at the end of the session.
Okay, good.
So that there won't be any interruption in
Good,
between.
good, very good. ठीक है.
Yes.
So coming to the next part, facts about research grant, है ना? So we should understand what are the present facts. So research budgets are shrinking in the academic institutions. Your academic institutions will never give money for a research budgets. Okay, and this is happening throughout the world. Okay, researchers are being forced to seek external funding. So you have to depend on the external funding. Therefore, external research grant is the only solution for funding your research. Okay. However, writing a good research grant proposal is not so easy because a lot of competitions are there. How you are going to present, so all these things is about the research grant, and that is why we should go for a writing a better proposals, and you will be learning a lot in this. So beginning, we are starting it, है ना? So we have to follow some rules, है ना, before writing a proposals. So rule number 1, believe that someone wants to give you the money. That is why the call has came, है ना? So call has came, and that is why they need a money. Okay. Consider the long-term goals of your institutions or yours. So always think that if I'm doing this projects or I'm applying to this projects, how it is going to solve my long-term goals of your institutions and yours. Start with the end in mind, top down approach always. Don't start from the scratch, writing a literature survey, then taking a research gap, and then based on the research gap, you are framing a objectives. Hai na? These are the ways it should not be done for the research funding. So always you find the problem, and then you go back. Hai na? So top down approach has to be there. Identify yourself and your strength. Okay, so always see what is your strength, what is your plus point in this call, how you can correlate. For example, I'll tell you, your area is of uh, chemical engineering, and there is a call in the NRF AI call is there that the projects has to be written in AI. So what you can do, you can start thinking that how the chemical things which I am doing it, where I can insert a AI. So take a co-PI from the computer science department, those who are good in the AI, and insert them into the projects, and then you write a proposals. Okay, for example, the computer science people can also write in a call from the mining. So you can go and you can just check, you can just apply into that by looking into the combination. For example, I write a proposals where I involve each and everyone, multi-institutional, and you try to involve and write a proposals so that the theme of the call should match with the expertise of your people or persons who are applying for the call. So start with the end in mind, top-down approach. Identify yourself and your strength. That is very important. Create a comprehensive plan, not just a proposal of what you wish to achieve it. For example, if I am trying to make a building or home for my residents, I should know how many rooms I need it. Okay, how many area I should have it, how much money I have. So based on that, I'll plan it. So similarly, for writing a proposal, you should try to see what is going to be the end of the projects and how the things can catch in getting for writing a better proposals. So these are the things we should try to focus while starting the writing the proposals. So what reviewers see when you are writing a proposal, it will be reviewed by many of the people. है ना? Okay, some review team are there. And in that review team, some IITs, NITs, professors will be involved in shortlisting. So what they see, है ना? That I am trying to make you understand here. So they will be searching in your proposal that what is the rationale of the projects. Okay, is it likely to solve a priority problems? Some problems are there. For example, you are doing a AI and that AI is beneficial for a blind person. So that is the rationale of the projects. When you are doing a projects, whether it is having a rationale or not, whether it is going to solve a societal problem or not. So if there is a societal problem which is solved by your projects, this is a very good chance of getting the projects into on board. Possible impact, है ना? Is it likely results in patent, commercial product, or influence clinical protocol or public health policy? The meaning is that is it likely that it is going to have a patent? It can have a commercial product at the end of the projects. Can it be commercialized? Okay, or something it is going to develop some critical things which can be used in later researches. So these are the possible impacts the people will be able to see it. Then they will be looking into the methodology. Methodology means when you are writing a proposal, there is a section called methodology. In that, there will be people will be looking into that. Is the study methods appropriate to achieve these objectives? So whatever you have written objectives, whether these methods are appropriate to achieve these objectives or not. So that methodology sections will be discussing in details later on. Implementation strategy. So is this study feasible in a timely manner? If you have written a lot of things, for example, if I want to go to a moon and I'm not writing a very convincing way that I'm going to the moon in 3 years of time, you will not be getting it. So that is the implementation strategy. Is this study feasible in a timely manner? Suppose you are giving 3 years, whether this can be achievable in 3 years or not. Okay. Then they will review of your team strength and experience. So all these things the reviewer see it while evaluating your proposals. So generally what happens when you write a proposals, it will be reviewed by some persons. Okay, there will be a team will be there and each team will be evaluating some 10 to 15 proposals, and based on that they will be shortlisting one or two proposals, and then it goes for the presentation. So when it is shortlisted for the presentation, you have to present, you have to defend that how I will achieve all these things 1 to 5 into the project's proposals. Now, before starting or writing a proposal, we should do some homework. So there are many ways of many numbers of funding agencies. Nowadays, ANRF is there, which is giving a calls every day. Every day one call comes generally. So if you go to CSIR, if you go to DRDO, if you go to Indian Railways, if you go to DAE, DBT, ICMR, a lot of funding agencies are there. They are giving a call. So they have a money, you have an idea, and I think they will give you a projects. So what is the takeaway? Target funding source that has interest in your organization, program, and your research areas. So from here, you try to find which call is going to fit my research area. Even though it is not fitting it, if I add some interdisciplinary into the nature, into my proposals, how my projects can fit into that area. And that is why the government of India is now trying to give a emphasis on interdisciplinary research. So a computer science can link to chemical, or computer science people can link to electric vehicle, or computer science people can be linked to anywhere. Even electronics can be linked to computer science or any of the areas. So interdisciplinary nature of the work, they are focusing on it. So you have to see how I'll make a proper balancing of all these things. Now, from the reviewer's mind, what reviewers see it? So reviewer sees that your proposal should be interesting, it has a innovative ideas that would contribute to the field. Okay, so what I mean to say, that it is interesting when I'm reading it, just it should be like a story, it should be a very better way presentation has to be there, it should be simple to understand. Now I'll just give you an example. While writing a paper and writing a proposal, these two are very different things. In a paper, you write a very confusing thing to the reviewers, but in a projects, you write a simplified way, because the reviewer will understand and then only they will give a fund. Okay, so in paper and research proposals, what we do, what we write a very tough title, which will never be understood by this reviewer. So in that case, what they will reject your proposals. So it should be interesting, innovative ideas that could contribute to the field. Solid data showing that the approach has a promise. So you make a history, you go to the background, understand the data. If I am doing this work and this has the benefit, I will be focusing on it. Evidence that PI is well qualified to do the research. So the evidence you have to give it. Evidence does not mean that only the research paper has to be there. Okay, even you are doing some capstone projects, even you are doing some lab projects, even you are doing something with your students, that you all add it and try to feel that you are a qualified researchers for this projects. So the evidence they will be looking into that. Okay, just I'll give you example. We are writing a ICMR projects, and in that ICMR projects is of Indian Council of Medical Research. So it has nothing to do with the electrical engineering. Okay, but what we plan that we'll make a device. Okay, and that device is embedded system or electrically connected system that we made it, and then we'll give a AI, and then we'll make a clinical things, and together we'll make a product. So in this way, how the electrical can get fitted into the medical projects. So you have to think in that line, that how I can fit my ideas into the prospective call, and based on that, we'll start writing a proposal. Okay. So a crisp specific projects description with a research plan that is well thought out. Okay, writing that is not that is very clear and concise. So clear and concise when it comes, when you write in with a very simplicity. And nowadays the chat GPT baba is there, and we all, what we do, we try to copy it, and while copying it, we forget that chat GPT always gives the broader way, and broader way will never be understood by the reviewers, and in this way the proposal gets rejected. So have a simplicity in your mind while writing a proposals. So we'll start writing, we're learning how to write the research grant. So any research proposal writing should have all these things. It should have a title, it should have an abstract, rational research questions, that is the objectives, methodology, analysis, and schedule. So all these things will be there and while writing a project's proposal. Now coming to the time against each sections, how much time you should give it. Okay, so generally what we do, we write a title very fast, है ना? So in title, it is believed that you should give 3 to 5% of the time. Suppose 100 hours you are giving in writing a proposals, you should give 3 to 5% of the time in the title. Okay. Similarly, abstract, you should give 5 to 10 percentage. Aims and objective, 10 to 15 percentage. Okay. Methodology, you should give 30 to 40 percentage, and so on. Okay, so all has been divided based on the requirement and the time you should give it. I'll give you one more ideas. When we review the proposals, or any people review the proposals, they don't have time to see each and every line. So they try to see that what is the title, whether title is convincing or not. Okay, then they will see whether the whole proposals is clear with the abstract. Okay, then they will read the aims and objectives. Okay, based on this only they will try to see that whether the proposal is in good shape or not. If these are not good, they will not refer, or they will not read the proposals, and they will throw it out. Okay, this is the things which all the reviewers do. Is even if you are the reviewer, and you will also be doing the same thing. Okay, so so now I am coming about the title, how to write a title. Okay, so Your title should give a clear indication of your proposed research approach or key questions. Okay. So title should be given 3 to 5% of the time. Suppose I say 100 hours you are giving it, you should give 5 hours in finding the titles. Okay. Title is the ownership of your projects. So suppose if I say my name is Mukesh, है ना, so I'm the owner of my body, है ना. So with my name, everything comes into play. So the meaning is that the title should be very clear, concise, है ना. Okay, it should be very clear and crisp. It should hold the ownership of your research proposals. What I said just now. Okay. Now I'll give some examples how to write a title. So again, I'll tell you title of a research papers and title of a research proposals, both are different things. Okay. Title of a research paper has to be fuzzy, very novel, very something like that. But in a project proposal, it has to be very simple. So now I'll make you understand, and I think everyone knows about electric vehicle battery. So I have kept few examples in the similar domain. My area is in the electric vehicle, and that is why I have kept all these things. So a real-time estimation using Kalman filter for the state of charge of the lithium-ion battery. So what I am doing, I am making a real-time estimation. Estimation means what? I am estimating something, from the observed data. What I am going to use? I am going to use a Kalman filter. This is a new techniques or old techniques, you can say that. And for what? For I am making a state of charge of the lithium-ion battery. So I am estimating the lithium-ion battery state of charge. Okay, and I'm going to use Kalman filter. So I think it is very clear what I am trying to intend to do it. Okay. Second example, designing of AC and DC net meters for the application of electric vehicles. Okay. So very simple, and nothing to be taken very seriously about the title, but title is giving a lot of things, a very clear things. Example 3, daylight assisted. Daylight assisted means what? When the daylight is there, how you are going to control the lightning. है ना? So I have written daylight assisted smart lightning control for energy efficient building applications. All these are the projects which I have mentioned over here. These are the projects title which has been sanctioned. So simple, everything easy to understand. Okay. So what your title has to be there? Indicate accurately the subject and scope of the study. Okay, I'll give more example. Don't worry about it. Avoid using abbreviations. Don't write abbreviation. But you can ask me a question that why I have written ACDC. So the abbreviation which are very common, you can use it. But don't write much abbreviation. That will get confused by the reviewer. Okay. Use words that create a positive impression and stimulate reader interest. So while reading it, I'll say that designing of AC and DC net meters for the application of electric vehicles is very clear and very simple, and the people will understand that this title is very simple and it is going to convey some meaning. Okay. Use current nomenclature from the field of study. So very common nomenclature, you should use it. Okay. Identify key variables, both dependent and independent. Okay, I'll give you the example of what is dependent and independent. Okay. It should be it should be limited to 10 to 15 words, not more than 10 to 15 substantive word. Okay. Now I'll give you example of another projects which has been sanctioned. Development and prototyping of ICT enabled smart charging network components for electric vehicles. See, very simple. What I'm doing, I'm developing it and I'm going to make a prototype of a ICT enablements. What? I'm going to interface with the internet. Okay. So enabled smart charging network components for electric vehicles. Okay, na? So these are the things which we should write it. Hai na? Now I'll just tell you to read this. I'll take a 2 minutes of break, hai na? And just see each and every things are covered in this title or not. Just So what I am trying to say you, Anna, he will understand the title, Anna, and how the title has to be there through this example, Anna. So title should be having 10 to 15 words. That is very clear. My sound is audible, Dr. Swapna?
Yes, sir, very clear.
Okay, okay. So the title has to be only 10 to 15 words, not more than that. Okay. So it should have a clarity and precision. है ना? ठीक है ना? Okay. It should have a relevance, innovation, scope and specificity and keywords has to be there. So all these things I'll making clear in the next slide. Okay. So how it should be having a clarity and precisions. Okay. So I'll just take an example. Enhancing electric vehicle efficiency through innovative AI-driven battery health estimation. So I have written, now if you count it, the words 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So only 11 words are there in this title. So I think we are fitting into 10 to 15. So what I'm doing, I'm enhancing electric vehicle efficiency. So what I'm trying to do, I'm increasing the efficiency of the electric vehicle. Okay. What I'm doing it, I'm using innovative AI driven battery health estimation. So I'm estimating the battery health, and by estimating it, I'm using the battery for better efficiency. So what I can say that it has a clarity and precision. So what electric vehicle, it is focuses on the electric vehicle efficiency and battery health estimation. So I'm doing efficiency and I'm doing battery health estimation. So two things I'm trying to do it, है ना? Relevance. What is relevance to the present world? We know that electric vehicle technology is the most novel techniques nowadays use or buzzwords use. So that is why I have used the electric vehicle here. Okay. What is the innovation? So I'm doing AI driven approaches. I'm doing, I'm trying to do a AI driven approaches. Take na? Now, what is the scope and specificity? So what is the scope? Scope is I'm doing battery health estimation and I'm doing electric vehicle efficiency. So two things I'm trying to do it. So this is my scope. I'm not doing state of charge estimation. I'm not doing any other things and I'm not doing any drive cycles. I'm only doing battery health estimation and electric vehicle efficiency. So what are the keywords? है ना? So keywords is electric vehicle, everyone knows it. Efficiency is a keyword, AI driven is a keyword, battery health estimation is a keyword. So all these things are very clear and things. So with this, the reviewer can have in a mind that, okay, he is doing something which is unique, which has a clarity and precision, relevance, innovation, it has a scope, and it has a better keywords which are used nowadays. So now coming to the abstract. Okay, so abstract shows that what you are trying to do in a projects. So when we write a proposals, nobody will, as I told you, nobody will read the complete proposals. Nobody has a time. So a reviewers will be getting 10 to 15 proposals and he has to review in 10 in 1 or 2 days. है ना? So I don't think that the reviewer has a time to read each and every line. So he will try to see that how the title is written and how the abstracts are written. Okay. With the abstract, he will try to understand. So when we write a abstract, Hana, okay, Anna, we have to understand few things. But before that, you can just see here some proverbs are there. If I don't get interested by the first page, the proposal is lost. Okay. For example, you are all teachers and you are going to check a paper, na? Okay, question answer sheet. And if you find that some silly mistakes the student has done in the first page, so in your mind something will happen that no, this student is not good, let us cut his marks, है ना? So you'll start cutting his marks, though it is very good in the next page he has written a well answers, but still you will have in a mind that no, he has done silly mistakes which should not be done, and he is making it, है ना? So second thing is that a grant application is not science, it is the marketing of science. So don't see that when I'm writing a proposal, it has to be a marketing of that proposals, how you are going to sell yourself. For example, the way we write a research proposals, है ना? The way we write our CV. So CV means what? You are trying to market yourself, है ना? That you have a better publications, you have a better projects, you have a better teaching skills, all these things you write it. So grant application is not a science, forget it. It is the marketing of science. So you have to market it very efficiently. Okay. Now, coming to writing the abstract, so what you should do it. The four things we are going to see: what do you intend to do, what you are trying to do it, why is the work very important, okay, got my point, what has already been done, okay, and how you are going to do the work. If four things are questions are answered in your abstract, means your abstract is very clear, okay. So to make all these things, we should do all this part. Background, it should have a background, it should have a problem, it should have an objective, it should have a preliminary results, if any, or strategy and significance. So all these six things has to be there. If the six things are there, you can answer this question and your abstracts are very clear. So everyone note it. What should be the first? That when I'm writing a abstract, it should have a background, that why I'm intending to do it. Okay. What is the current problem? What objectives I am going to achieve? Is there any results or preliminary results exist? And what is my strategy? And after doing it, what will be the significance? Okay. So all these six things we are going to see in a example. Okay. So everyone read and just tell me which one is you. I'll see in your chat box. है ना? So I want to see that which line is a background, which line is a problem, objectives, preliminary results, strategy, and significance. So please read it and tell me in the chat box. So I hope everyone is giving a right answers, है ना? So if you read this complete abstract, है ना, you will find that everything is mentioned over here. Global warming is arguably one of the most pressing concern of our time. So this is your background, है ना? Okay. This blue is telling about the problem. Okay, got my point? Now, this is what to gain greater insight into the relationship between solar energy output and global temperature. We propose to launch the internationally led ABC satellite in April 2018. So, this is your objectives. Okay. Then, this is your aim. Okay. Got my point? And similarly, your findings will dramatically advance our understanding of solar activity and its climate effect, and that is called the significance. So what I mean to say that you give it time 5 to 10%. Suppose 100 hours you have given a time 10 hours you should devote on this abstract. And once abstract is very clear, the reviewer will understand that really this has a stuff. And that is why the IITs and NITs professors, है ना, they get the projects because they devote that much of time in writing the abstract. And that also you have to do it, है ना? Then only it can be a better abstract. Okay. So coming to the rational, okay. So what is the meaning of rational? Rational in the simple language, is it giving a benefit to the society? Okay, the simple way. It is giving benefit to the society. Okay, so that is, so a project's rational is an argument in favor of implementing the proposed projects. So you give a strong reply that why I am doing a projects and whether it is going to give a benefit to the society or not. So it gives a detailed explanation of why this project is required in the area. Okay, got a point? So that is the need analysis. You can say that rational is a need analysis. You have to give it in a short writing. Okay. Now we'll understand with the help of example. So rationale of your research is the reason for conducting this study. Suppose I am trying to use AI for a blind people, है ना? So my rationale should be what? कि this is going to serve X amount of people, है ना? Those who are blind and they can get assistance through the AI to visualize something else. Okay. Rational should answer the need for conducting the said research. So blind people, AI using it, है ना, that is going to solve a problem, and that is the need I am going to conduct it. Okay. It is very important part of any proposal as it justify the significance and novelty of the study. Okay. So is that justify the significance and also what is the novel thing is there in this study. That is why it is also referred to as a justification of the study. So in some projects call, you will find that they are writing justification है ना, of the study. So you have to write the rationale behind using this. Okay. So now I'll just give example, again example. So I'll read it. Unfertilized eggs contains large stores of ribosomes, okay, mRNA, and other components of the protein synthetic machinery. Yet they produce proteins at a very barely detectable rate. है ना? I am reading it and you are feeling bored, I can understand. है ना? So what I am trying to say here कि something is there and it has a problem, and that is why I am trying to do a research, है ना? So I am talking about unfertilized eggs. So unfertilized eggs contain large stores of ribosomes, mRNA, and other components of the protein synthetic machinery. Yet they produce proteins at a barely detectable rate. So unfertilizers are producing very less number of proteins content. Okay. However, upon fertilization or artificial activation, eggs exhibits a dramatic increase in the synthesis of a protein here. माने when it is fertilized, the proteins are very large in numbers, okay, quantity. These observations lead to questions as to why unfertilized eggs are inactive in protein, okay, and what is the mechanism of their subsequent activation. So two things I am going to answer it, and this is going to create my projects aims, specific aims. So I hope it is very clear that unfertilized has lesser proteins, fertilized has a better protein. So I am going to study or making observation that why unfertilized eggs are inactive in protein synthesis, and if I understand, I can try to find something else. So based on that, I am creating a specific aims, and based on these aims, है ना, I am going to write the, you can say that, rationale of my projects. Now, the third important is your objectives. Okay, objectives. Rationale is also very good, is very important, and it's very short, and it has to be written with a time. Title, abstract, rationale, and now objectives. Now, what is objective? Objective means what you want to do it. Okay, okay, and that has to be written always in bullet points, not in a paragraph. Another important thing, it should not be more than 3 or 4. If your project is less than 1 CR, 1 crore budget, you should keep 3. If it is more than 1 to 4 crores, you should try to put it up to 4 objectives, not more than 4 objectives. Okay. Writing more objectives will create a problem for your projects. Okay. So the objectives are very important part of a research proposal because they outline where the projects is headed and what it will accomplish, where you are going to head and what it is going to achieve, है ना, and at the end of the projects. So that has to be very clear. Developing objectives can be little tricky, so take some time to consider them, write them, है ना, take time, है ना, take 10 hours if you are giving 100 hours, है ना, so 10 hours in writing the objectives. Always reframe, rechange, है ना, okay, make it in a different, easy to understand. Okay, all objectives should be interconnected. Okay, so these are the things you should try to do. Then work on wording them carefully so your readers understand your goals. Okay, once it is done, you try to reword, है ना, rephrase, है ना, so that the readers can understand your goals. With clear objectives, your research proposals will be much stronger. Okay, so this is the objectives. When we see the reviewers or the other people those who are going to review it, they see that whether title is very clear, with title abstract is very clear, is the rationale is okay, then they will go to the objectives. If these are very clear, I think it is mostly done. Okay, so I'll just give you example, है ना? Okay, don't say measure the effect of radiation on living tissues, है ना? Instead say determine what level of radiation is dangerous to living tissues, है ना? So you are determining what level of radiation is dangerous to living tissues. Okay, then don't say determine if sunlight is harmful. Okay, is too vague. Instead say determine if prolonged sun exposure increases subject's risk of skin cancer. So skin cancer is a buzzword and it is very good that I am going to find this problem. So these are the examples of how to write a objectives. So now few examples and I'll just give you how it is interconnected. So I am going to design AC and DC net meter using international standards to serve level 2 and level 3 public chargers. Okay, very simple. Now I am connecting this first objective with this because this is charger, है ना? Okay, is of what? Net meters is there. So net meter is here. Now I am connecting with EV here. Okay, got my point? And I'm to integrate the time of use. Time of use means what? I'm going to measure at what time what electricity has been covered, and based on that, I can give a budget for that or the bills for that. है ना? And security features in the net meters to promote the use of EV. Okay. Then to integrate Modbus protocol for communication between service provider and EV owner. So here I have connected net meter. Here I have connected EV. So all three are interlinked, and you can understand how I am trying to focus on that. Similarly, example 2 is there. I will not read it. है I'll just I'll share you the slides. You can see that how it is written very simple and effective so that you can understand it in a very proper way. And you have to make sure that you write in a very simple way so that the reviewer understand what you are intending to do it. Okay. So clarity between aim and objectives. So aim is what? What you hope to achieve. Okay. Objective is what? The action you will take in order to achieve the aim. Got my point? Clear? So objectives define what, why, who, when, how questions. Okay. How you will be achieving these things. Okay. 1 minute, Hannah, please. Okay, so this is the things between aim, objectives, and how we have to write it and what its effects. Okay, now coming to some again differences. For example, I am writing aim. Our goal is to improve health care for children. So this is a very general term. Okay, when I'm writing objectives, our objective is to provide 10,000 children with vaccine. So how I am going to improve the health? I can give better food, better facilities. But what I am going to do? I am just taking 10,000 children with, and I'll do with vaccines. So my objective is very clear. Okay, what I'm trying to do it. Okay. Now you can just give example that this is aim and this is the objectives. Okay, so how I'll be achieving this part and aim, and to achieve this aim, these are the objectives I'll be doing it. So objective has to be very clear and precise. Okay, so here I have written what is the difference between aim and objective with the help of example. So you can just go and read and understand how it has to be written. Now coming to the rational and novelty, है ना? So rational means what? You are giving justification or why the projects is needed. Novelty means what? Why this projects is unique or innovative aspect of the projects. So understand the difference. Aim, objective, rational, and novelty. So all are interrelated. It means almost same thing, but all the purpose are different. So it addresses current gaps or issues. Okay, rational. And in novelty, it shows how it differs from the existing work. Okay, so here you are talking about the societal problem, and here you are going to talk about the uniqueness, technological problem. So if there is a technology you are mentioning over here, and here you are talking about the societal problem, supported by context or evidence, है ना, add values or introduces new insight, है ना. Okay, so you can just understand the difference. Current BMS lack predictive capabilities, leading to inefficiencies and safety risk. Okay, I am giving example of rational. Now the novelty is what? The system integrates explainable AI, है ना. I think most of you are knowing what is explainable AI. If not, please search in the Google, you will be able to understand. So explainable AI for interpretable battery health insights like traditional BMS. So I'm doing some advancement in the battery management system. BMS stands for battery management system. Okay. So this is a system diagram where what I have done, I have drawn a diagram, and in that diagram I have mentioned that this can be achieved by objective 1. This part is my objective 2, this is my objective 3, and this is my objective 4, and so on. So this is the way I am presenting it to the jury, that I am very confident in doing these projects, and let us give these projects. So giving the projects by the jury is only when you are writing a better proposal, better presentation. Okay, so this is the way we go in a marriage, and we put all the gold ornaments in our body and go, है ना? Okay, and we make all the expensive dresses. So similarly, you want to present yourself better among others in the marriage. Similarly, you have to do better among others, है ना? Those who are putting a research proposals into the call, particular call. Now talking about the methodology, so in methodology, you can just see how it is written. That first I will make a hardware setups, then I will require a data acquisition, then data pre-processing, then I will do something. So this shows that the PI or co-PIs are confident in doing this work. So this is your methodology sections. Okay, got my point? So this methodology can be mentioned in this way. Okay, now then each methodology, or you can say that complete methodology, is divided into different work packages. Okay, so work packages, I write that if the complete title of this project is that accessing the impact of AI on electric vehicle battery life. So what I'll be doing it, I'll be making a literature review, first work package. Second, I'll do experimental design and setup. So in the work package, how you will be doing the literature review, how much data you will be taking it, timeline. So I have divided into description, task, deliverables, milestone, responsibility, who will be responsible for this work package 1, how much timeline it will take it, है ना? What are the resources I will be using it, है ना? So these are the things has to be mentioned to get confidence that okay, these people have gone studied, and that is why they are writing the proposal, and that is why it has to be given. So all the IITs, NITs professors, and those who's you feel that unka proposals, their proposals used to get shortlisted, so they have all these things into their project's proposal. Got my point? So similarly, data collection, work package 3 is your data collection. Then you are making a data analysis. Okay. So how you are going to make a data collections, all things has to be mentioned in 6 7 points, है ना, it has to be there. Okay, then coming to last, reporting and dissemination. Okay, you make a diagram and explain it how I'll be doing it, है ना. Plug and play actuator module development, for example. So these are the different steps will be there, है ना. Okay, so all these things needs to be this is the another way of presenting it. Okay, got no point. This is the another way I should write it. Work package 4, user interface design. So here Al Marifa University is there, TIT is there, King Faisal University is there, MaxBiz solution is there. So a lot of things are people are there. What is the objective of this work package? What is the deliverables at the end of this proposals? Okay, and this is the beautiful diagram I have made it. है ना? So this shows that how it can be correlated with this. Okay. Then in another way also you can write it, है ना, कि this is work package 2. It is divided into sub work package 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Who are the partners who will be doing it, what they will be doing it, what it is going to be achieved at the end of this work package 2. So this gives a very significant information that the PI co-PIs are very confident, and that is why they know each and every steps about this. Okay, so work packages will help you to make your methodology very clear. Okay, work package is the plan for achieving the objectives. So these are the work packages, and by this I'll be achieving my objectives. Okay, so this is also one other way to write a work packages, है ना. So you are trying to say that this is Amrita University, Linkwell Systems, how it is going to communicate, how the work packages are linked with one another. So all these things has to be written. So these are also one ways of writing a work packages, है ना. Finally, deliverables. Okay, so deliverables means what? Ki, I think you have a time. Shall I take another 5 minutes?
Yes, sir. You may
Okay.
continue, please.
So what tangible results will you deliver throughout at the end of your projects? So it can be analysis, it can be prototype, it can be results, it can be research publication, PhD thesis, and patents, etc. Okay. So these are the things you can see here. I have written something, a field deployable home automation system optimized for off-grid setups. Okay. So what I am going to do, I am going to make a field deployable. So this is visible things which I am able to see at the end of this projects. I'll be making applications for smartphones and desktops to provide the access to the home automation system over the internet. So this is also visible in the end of the projects. है ना? It will be a model smart home for demonstration of the developed technology. Okay. Finally, publications, patents, and technologies. So four are the deliverables in bullet points. So you should understand how to write a deliverables. It should be very clear, and by the end of the deliverables, by reading, the people will say that okay, based on the objectives at the end of the projects, these people will be doing these things. Okay, this is the timelines which we write it, है ना. Okay, timeline is also very important. That is also called Gantt chart. Okay, so you can just see here how this timelines are written. Task 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and we have divided into different persons. This is the thrust 1, thrust 2, and all these parts has to be written how the quarterly it has been defined. So you can see how it is properly mentioned. So with the timeline, the reviewer thinks that this is written very well, and they have planned it, and they will do these projects. Okay, so your proposal has to be this. So for example, your reviewer is reading through the proposals, but she is left at the last moment. Okay, it is 6 a.m. on the day she is flying to Washington. She is sitting at the bus stop. It is raining. She has the flu, and she has got your proposal in front of her. Okay. So your writing should be able to persuade her that this is a great proposal even under those conditions. So I hope everyone understood. You read this, okay, and and understand that key. Now you correlate how you write a proposals, and that is why it is not accepted. If you follow these steps, है ना, and your proposal in such a way that the people has to accept it. So by this, I hope I'll end the sessions, and then the question answer sessions I'll take on.
So thank you for a great session, sir. It was really practical, and the moral of the story is very fascinating at the end. Yeah, I request the participants to please pose the questions. Tomorrow we have research proposals for extramural grants by same sir. Yeah, if you have any questions, please post the questions in the chat box. Sir, there are no questions as such.
Okay, so I think everyone
Sir,
is
will
sleeping
my
because this
project,
is
yeah, one question, sir. Will my project would be selected when compared to a project proposal by IITN?
just read, sir. Will my projects would be selected when compared to projects proposal by IT? Yes, of course. If you are writing a good proposals, है ना, it is not mandatory that only IIT's proposals will be selected. If you are writing a better concept, better ideas, है ना, better way of presentation, your proposal will be selected, है ना. It's nothing that ki only IITs are selected. While writing proposals, are we keeping in mind about different funding agencies? Yes, of course. है ना? So while writing a proposal, you should see that what is the motto of the funding agencies. Okay, if the proposal is a call is related to AI, you should include AI into your proposals. Okay, so that you have to take care. Now you have to always take care that what is the theme of the project's call, and based on the theme of the call, you have to write the proposals. So next question, when calls are on a specific topic and PI is not having prior, will it be considered? See, I'll just tell you one thing, and I think Ramani is there. So when the calls are on a special topics, and suppose you are not expertise into this, but try to link your expertise to some extent and then hire some other people, okay, those who are into that area, then try to merge your ideas and his ideas together and then write a proposals so that it will match to his ideas. And if the content is more to his areas or her areas, you try to give him as a PI and you become as a co-PI. So this way you can do it. So when the calls are on a specific topic, है ना, okay, and PI is not having prior experience, है ना, I think you try to match with the PI those who are having a relevant experience into that area. But creating I'll just give you on one more ideas that creating experience into that domain, Anna, is very easy. You might have done some class work, you might have done some projects, okay. If you might have done some other things into that domain. So if you are doing something into that, I think you are sufficient. But take a additional people into that system and then try to complement the complete work. So another question, I have heard that the projects having recommendations are considered when compared to projects proposals by ordinary. Will there is any age for recommendation? No, recommendation does not work. Ana? Okay, these are all myths. These are all myths. Only we are not able to understand what is the level of our proposals. If our proposals are very good, then only it will be shortlisted. No recommendation works into that because most of the agencies are trying to make a blind review. So they have started blind review. So in the blind review, nothing is visible. Who is the PI, who is the co-PI, nothing is visible. These are all myths which we are putting in our mind. So I think I have handled all
Yes, sir.
questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If
Thank you,
any
sir.
other questions, I'll able to say you.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
because
we can handle same audience will be there in the
yes,
tomorrow's
sir. Yes,
session.
sir. Because tomorrow is also like we have the session from the same resource person. Even if you have doubts later, also you can post them tomorrow.
So So I think it is okay.
Hmm.
Then shall I end
Yes,
the
sir.
meeting,
Yes,
ma'am?
sir. We will end the session. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Shall I end the madam? Madam, shall I end the session?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.